Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. There's trouble within the politicians in Mount Kenya. And this trouble has been brought about by the fact that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta has made a comeback in the politics of Mount Kenya, albeit behind the scenes. You have seen some realignments in Mount Kenya recently, and especially you have seen the latest game plan of the leaders in Jubilee. If you have been following what Jeremiah Kioni and David Murathe has been doing ever since Uhuru came back from UK, then you will realize that Jubilee is realigning itself and reintroducing itself into the politics. So because we have seen these movements, especially one that was conducted in Lamu, we can comfortably say that there is a plan. There is a plan. I suspected this, but after going through the statement that ICHUNGWA relayed, expressing the difficulty moments he's facing in the Mount Kenya, I can also comfortably say that the UDA people in Mount Kenya wanakipata. So ICHUNGWA seems to believe that there is a formation, a movement akin to the Kieleweke movement that existed when Uhuru Kenyatta was still in power. Remember the story of Kieleweke and Tangatanga? So those formations. So he suspects that Uhuru could be going for those leaders who could not make it into the parliament. Those who failed to secure their chances as either member of parliament, senators, or governors, MCAs, because they were in Jubilee. So those leaders in Mount Kenya who could not secure those positions, ICHUNGWA believes that Uhuru is going for them. And the idea is very clear, according to ICHUNGWA. He says that Uhuru is planning to water down the influence of UDA within the Mount Kenya region. And as a result, ICHUNGWA believes that that is going to affect their political future, the UDA political future in Mount Kenya. So I want us to go deeper into that reaction from ICHUNGWA and what Moses Kuria said, because ICHUNGWA seems to believe that Moses Kuria, Wamuchomba, and other leaders are working for Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So because of that narrative, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to visit this story extensively. But before you do that, let me welcome you again to this analysis. And perhaps if you've not subscribed to this channel, please support this channel by subscribing and liking. That is the only request I have for you, ladies and gentlemen. If you subscribe, you will have done this channel a very, very huge favor. Now, to those who supported this channel by subscribing, I want to say that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without that support, this channel could not have been where it is right now. So let's head over to this analysis. I started off by telling you what ICHUNGWA seems to see in the realignment in Mount Kenya. ICHUNGWA is sensing danger. And ICHUNGWA is sensing danger because he believes that Uhuru is working with those leaders who failed to clinch seats in their respective elections. And to be honest, if what ICHUNGWA is saying is true, if what he's saying is true, then I agree with his fear. If Uhuru goes for the leaders who did not clinch their seats, and then those leaders capitalize on the failure of UDA now, rest assured, there will be a lot of swing votes. Which will just come from UDA to Jubilee, and probably erode all the UDA pressure in Mount Kenya. Hizo votes zitakuwa nyingi. If you have been following our analysis, Then there are videos whereby we talked about the prospects of UDA being only a Rift Valley affair and Jubilee retaining its initial stronghold of Mount Kenya. Remember, Gachagua does not have a party and is the perceived deputy party leader, but there is also pressure in that arrangement because there is also talk that Mudavadi might become a deputy party leader. So if that is to happen, then UDA might have 2 deputy party leaders. But the question here is that, will UDA become a Western Kenya affair? That question, again, if you ask me, I'll tell you no. Because Western Kenya also are coalescing around a party that has a Western Kenya identity. Of course, ODM is still a party to beat there, but UDA has been trying to make a lot of inroads there. So that explains why they gave, Ruto gave Mudavadi position of Prime CS, also gave Wetangula that position of a speaker and, ministerial jobs. All these were to capture Western Kenya. But if you look at the politics of Western Kenya, to be honest, replacing ODM in that region, it's like an ant climbing a hill. Not possible, ladies and gentlemen. So that's what we are seeing in Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is slowly realizing that Jubilee ndio party ya Mount Kenya. That's why you find that there are this this behind the scene movement that every leader seems to be saying that the person who is sponsoring them ni Uhuru Kenyatta. Even though Uhuru Kenyatta is not seen in the public domain making these moves, but they are always suspecting it is Uhuru Kenyatta. What if it's Uhuru Kenyatta? I think Uhuru Kenyatta has a right, as the party leader of Jubilee, to come up with measures that will make sure Jubilee becomes a party to beat in Mount Kenya. I prophesize that Jubilee will be a party to beat in Mount Kenya. I think now you're beginning to agree with me. And that has been explained in Kimani Ichung'wa's worry. If Kimani Ichung'wa is this worried that Uhuru is sponsoring those leaders who failed before so that they can clinch the whole of Mount Kenya, if that is what is coming from Kimani Ichung'wa, who is the leader of the majority of National Assembly, then do you think Kimani Ichung'wa labda hajui kitu anasema? Definitely Kimani Ichung'wa knows what he's talking about, and the fear in Kimani Ichung'wa's statement is evident, and that fear boils down to 2027 elections. And if that is the case, then Ruto better think twice, or Gachagua better think twice. But the person who's bound to lose here the most is Gachagua, because he doesn't have a party. So should Uhuru successfully wrestle back Mount Kenya into Jubilee, alafu UDA iteseke, that means most of the leaders who are in UDA will not clinch their seats back. In a second term, they will not clinch their seats back. The people like Kimani Ichung'wa wanajua kwamba wanaweza umia in 2027. That's why he is now complaining, because the initial plan of having all the leaders in UDA has not worked. That plan has not worked, and it might not work. Going by the what is happening, it will not work. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this fear? You can say fear factor from Kimani Ichung'wa. Just go below the comment section and tell us what you think about this statement that Kimani Ichung'wa has released. And Kimani Ichung'wa seems to be seeing danger at the end of the tunnel, that labda hawa watu watanipiga na chini. To be honest, people like Kimani Ichung'wa, Kanini Kega wataumia, even Sabina Chege wataumia. And that's why you find that Sabina Chege siku hizi ni kama anajaribu kuregea kwa Uhuru in a way, lakini anaregea kama yuko mguu moja ndani mguu moja nyuma. He is not publicly showing his intentions of working with Ruto, but you realize that these days ni kama anajiweka opposition kidogo, anajiweka kwa serikali kidogo, anajaribu kubalance. So she is literally trying to play politics, and that's what I can make from her movements. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you make of this statement from Kimani Ichung'wa, and what Kimani Ichung'wa has told Uhuru, Wamuchomba, and Moses Kuria? Could there be a possibility that Wamuchomba, Uhuru, and Kuria are working together? Could there be that possibility? But in politics, anything is possible. So just go below the comment section and tell us what you think regarding this statement from Kimani Ichung'wah. Now, to those people who have not subscribed to our channel, perhaps, and you're watching this video, please just take 1 second and go below there. There's a button written subscribe, and subscribe. Those who have subscribed before, I want to say that I'm forever grateful for that support, because without that support, this channel cannot grow. So until we catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.